Hello, third grade artists. This is Mr. Calvert's coming to you for your weekly arts lesson. I hope that you guys are all having a great week and rocking out your art projects. Today, we are going to be making a masked self-portrait because I know that when you look around your classroom, you're probably seeing a lot of this. And it's hard to get to know somebody when they have a mask over their face. It's kind of hard to hear them. It's also kind of hard to see their emotions. And it's hard to actually even just recognize a lot of people when you can only see from their eyes up. Okay, it's kind of hard to get to know people when you can't see their entire face. So we are going to be doing this mask self-portrait, something like this, except look at this. Ta-da! So we will be drawing a mask, and then it'll also be able to fold out and it'll be able to show the rest of your face. And we'll add some fun words too that kind of describe your personality, and hopefully that'll help your classmates and your teacher kind of get to know you and some of the good qualities about yourself. So we're going to kick it off by reading a book that I'll read through, and then we'll watch Mr. Calvert dive into that art project, and then you guys will have some work time on that today as well. All right, hope you enjoy the book.
The Love Behind the Mask, written by Lizzie Toth, illustrated by Chris Toth. I am usually a happy kid. I love to laugh and make silly faces. But today, I was feeling a little sad, or maybe just confused. When I'm feeling sad, my twin brother always cheers me up. We do everything together. We were talking about how much life has changed because of this crazy virus. We talk about how much we miss our friends, how we miss going to school, and how we're missing out on a great season of soccer with our team. We were awesome. We also talked about how much we miss Grandma. Grandma is the best. She always gives us great big hugs, and she always smells like fresh cookies. We can't visit her right now because she is sick. The only people allowed to be with Grandma are the doctors and nurses. I used to be afraid of doctors and nurses. Their masks always look scary to me, but I'm not afraid anymore. They are working very hard every day to help Grandma get better, and the masks protect everyone. One day, we did a video call with Grandma. She said it's important for us to help prevent the spread of the virus by washing our hands with soap and water for at least 2 happy birthday songs, keeping our hands out of our mouths, noses, and eyes, helping clean things like doorknobs, light switches, and remote controls, coughing or sneezing into our elbow, and wearing a mask when social distancing is not possible. Do you know what social distancing is? It's when you keep at least 6 feet of space between you and people around you outside your home. My brother and I turned it into a game. It's hilarious. Today, Grandma was feeling better and we were allowed to visit her. We couldn't get close and give her a hug, and we had to wear a mask, but I know she could feel the love behind the mask. Grandma was so happy to see us. So if you see a waiter, teacher, or a neighbor wearing a mask, don't be afraid. It's not scary at all. They are wearing the mask because they care. There is love behind the mask. And if you are asked to wear a mask, just remember, you're letting everyone know you care because there is love behind your mask. I'm usually a happy kid. I love to laugh and make silly faces. And today, I am really, really happy. Grandma finally came home. The end. Hello, artists. Today, you are going to need a white sheet of paper. And everything else that you need should be in your crayon box, like markers or crayons, things like that. And the first thing we're going to do is we're going to put our name on the back. So I'm going to put Mr. Calvert. And I can flip that over so I don't see my name. And the very first thing I'm going to do after getting my name on it, I'm going to take that sheet of paper, I'm going to fold it all the way up to the top. So that means I'm folding it in half. Okay, next, I'm going to take this top piece not both pieces. I don't want to take both. I'm going to take just that top sheet. I'm going to fold it back to the bottom like this. Okay, so your artwork should kind of open up like this. Right, but I'm going to keep mine folded for now. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to be drawing a picture of myself wearing a mask. So what we're going to want to do is I'm going to start with probably the top of my head, make it kind of big, right? Don't want it to be too little. Here's the top of my head. It's kind of a wonky looking corner to my head right there. Start with a pencil too, so you can always erase. Give yourself 2 eyes. You can draw your eyes how you'd like. I usually do like a football shape. This. Okay, making them kind of big. Notice I'm keeping it above that fold, okay? Your eyes typically have an iris, which is the colored part of your eye, and that's like a muscle that actually controls that thing called your pupil. And the pupil is that little black dot that is actually a hole in your eye, and that hole in your eye, that pupil, actually lets sunlight into your eyeballs, and that's how you actually see things. Give yourself some eyebrows. Make sure that your eyebrows don't touch your eyes. I get a lot of people that do that. Okay, your eyelashes almost touch your eyes, your eyebrows do not. Next, if you wear glasses, you can add some glasses. You could add eyelashes like I just said. Glasses are kind of hard to fit in here, so if you're a glasses person, just do your best. But remember to try and keep it above that folded line. So I'm keeping my glasses pretty simple, just like rectangles around my eyes. Now you can have it come out to the edge where your ear would be. You can draw your little ears. Obviously, this is kind of like a cartoonish version of me. I wouldn't have itty bitty ears like this. Okay, we'll do some more self-portraits later on this year where we really get more realistic looking. But this is kind of just a more simple cartoony drawing. Next, you can add your hair. So boys, if you want to keep it short, go ahead and add that. Make sure that your hair actually comes down on your forehead a bit. Okay, it's not just going up on the top. Okay, but if you want to add some hair up on the top, you are welcome to. That. Now if you are a girl, okay, I'll show you how to do that in just a moment. So girls, because your hair is probably going to come down, all right, that actually means that I need to finish this bottom half of my face. So now when I'm ready to do the bottom half, now I'm going to draw on that folded part, okay, this little tab right here. This is where the bottom half of my head's going to go. I'm going to draw the bottom part of my head. You can see I got a pretty circle looking head. Obviously my head's not that round in real life. Girls, this is where you can have your hair come down like this. If you want to add some little curls to it, you can. Give yourself a neck. Nice big neck. Okay, so right now Mr. Calvert is a girl. That's fine. Okay. So this bottom part, we're going to turn into a mask. So I'm going to kind of go over here off to the side. Okay, not way up to the tippy top, not way down at the bottom. Kind of like 3/4 of the way up. I'm going to go up till I get to the middle, curve, go back down a little bit. And that is my mask. So I can go ahead and I can add a pattern to my mask. You can make your mask look like the mask that you actually wear. You can make it look like a mask that you wish you had. That is all up to you. Does not matter to me. Okay, maybe you want to add flowers or stars or I don't know, something cool on there. Up to you. Okay, so there is female Mr. Calvert. Now I'm going to open that up. And look at that. Now my mask is way down here. What do you think we're going to do up here? That's right. We are going to add an actual like mouth and stuff now down here so we can see the rest of it. So when I do this part, I probably want my head to go down to just above this fold, I would think. So maybe something like this. Okay. Girls, you would still bring your hair down like this. That's fine. Give yourself a neck. a shirt if you want. Okay, so girls, remember to bring your hair down, otherwise you'll look like a boy when you're done. Give yourself a nose. Everybody's kind of got a different way to do their nose. I usually do this U shape. And I put these two little C's on the side to be my nostril. I don't do this. I get a lot of people that will do a triangle with two circles. Your nose doesn't really look like that, okay? So I would do something similar to what Mr. Calvert drew. And now you can draw yourself with a nice big smile. Because we're happy, we got our mask off in this picture now. You can add a tongue if you'd like. Give yourself some teeth. Remember to do this all with the pencil first. Okay, and the last step that I'm going to do before I Sharpie and color this is I'm going to draw write just a few words that kind of describe myself. Okay, and when I do this part, I'm going to do it in this folded section. So kind of this little strip across the middle. That way when we go to fold this back up, we're putting our mask back on, you don't see those. Okay, so unfold it. So what are a couple words that describe Mr. Calvert? I am creative. So maybe I'll write creative. Do your best to spell everything. I know some of these words might be a little tricky. Maybe I'll do fun. Maybe I'll do fun in block letters. Fun. Maybe I'll do like artistic. And notice how sometimes too I like to change the direction of my words. That's fine. If you don't know how to do like bubble or block letters, here's a little trick. So I'm going to lightly write the word that I want to do bubble letters. So I'm going to write artistic. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to draw a bubble letter that goes around that word I just wrote. It's not going to touch it. So I'm going to go around this A. It's not touching it. Okay, I can erase that A in the middle. And just add that little triangle part. Same as my R. Same as my T. And it's okay if my bubble letters kind of bump into each other. That's fine. If you want to do different letters or different kinds of fonts, like maybe you know cursive or something, you can try that. Notice I'm going around the word that I wrote. This is a good trick for doing bubble letters. Now that I've done that, now I can go in and just carefully erase that. So I started off by drawing the top of my head. Then I drew the bottom half and I covered myself up with a mask. Remember, girls, to bring your hair down. Then I unfolded it and I added the actual bottom half to my face. Okay, and I came down to just above halfway on my paper. And then lastly, I added just a few descriptive words that describe me. So maybe 3 or 4 words that you think describe yourself. So maybe like creative, fun, artistic, kind, funny, helpful. There are a lot of great words out there that you can use to describe yourself. Next, you're going to use a marker or a black crayon to outline everything. So Mr. Calvert is using a Sharpie. My guess is that you probably won't have a Sharpie in your crayon box, but a black Crayola marker works great. Black crayon works fine too. It's just a good way to make those details kind of show up better. So I'm sharpening everything. Once you get everything traced, the last thing we need to do is just add some color to it. I would probably start with your skin tone. So you could use a brown, you could use like a peach or a tan. If you don't have one of those colors, you could either use orange or you can use a yellow, but use them very lightly. That'll give them a little bit more of like that skin tone. I'm gonna go with orange. I'm just gonna lightly color it in my skin. You also don't want to forget this area down here. Okay, remember that this is part of that face. If you get confused, just fold it back up there. Okay, I can see that this right here would be my cheeks. This would be like the bridge of my nose. This would be my neck. Okay, color in your eyes. Mr. Calvert has blue eyes. You know, maybe you've got green eyes. Maybe you've got brown eyes. Maybe you have kind of a mix. Sometimes we hear hazel. That's like green and brown. Think about your hair color. Maybe color in your mask. I'm just going kind of quick, but you'll do a better job than I will. Don't forget to color your words as well. Okay, and you can even add some fun little effects to your words too. I forgot to mention that before. Like I added a couple lightning bolts to fun. I added a star. I added kind of this little explosion thing going around it. Okay, so make sure to take the time to color that in. And you can also have some fun and maybe do kind of this like explosion effect around the top of my head. Like that. I'll do it again. And right now I'm actually using different pressures. So sometimes I'm pressing harder, sometimes I'm pressing softer. So these green lines don't all end up exactly the same. I'll do another color. I'll do some blue. All right, perfect. So Mr. Calvert's pretty much done. Okay, I still need to color in a couple of things, but in my shirt. But for the most part, I am all finished. You could even bring that explosion mark down to the bottom part too. You have to remember we started off by putting our name. Then I drew, folded my paper in half. Take that and fold it back to the bottom. Okay, so I get that strip. Draw the top of my head. Draw the mask part. Okay, and then I opened it up and I did the bottom half to my face. Give yourself a neck and a shirt, and then remember 3 or 4 words that kind of describe yourself. Okay, when you're done, please make sure to put away your crayons or your markers, and make sure everything else is cleaned up that you got out. All right, talk to you guys next week. Bye.